Yes, 9/11, the biggest step in American history. Previously, in my humble opinion, I thought the Titanic was the deadliest American thing as it was heading to New York. Anyway, I consider it part of American history. I'm also entirely 1 I am 150% sure that this is a community. If this is not a community, I am so sorry. Now, what if this absolute tragic of an event never happened? Well, we'll stop that today. What if 9/11 never happened? Okay, so it's Tuesday, September 11th, 2001. At 8:46, a plane misses the North Tower. And everybody's like, what is going on? And then around approximately 9:02 and 9:03, like right in between, another plane misses the South Tower. And everyone's like, huh? And the South Tower plane hits the Empire State Building and everything freaks out. And 9/11 doesn't happen on the Twin Towers, but the Empire State Building again. And instead of 9/11 happening on the Twin Towers, it happens on the Empire State Building. Yippee. Of course, everybody's in a panic on the Empire State Building, not the Twin Towers. And they obviously get evacuated, and everyone on the observatory deck is moving on to September 12th, because it's obviously not going to happen on September 12th. Quite literally, nothing much would happen in 2001, aside from the attacks. Yeah, I'm talking about the Empire State Building. Obviously the Empire State Building goes through repairs. Meanwhile, basically the Twin Towers would be on the hot streak in 2002 because most New Yorkers would have grown up to them. At this point, I would like to think 8 World Trade Center was going through a design choice, and everybody will be competing, and it's only one World Trade Center, not the other ones. Of course, everybody could go onto the observatory deck. Well, there might be clouds. I don't know. I'm not the weatherman. Meanwhile, the Empire State Building gets no attention because everybody's traumatized. Of course, they ended up with this design, but it wasn't made in 2002, so yeah. Around the 1-year anniversary of the thing, the Twin Towers go through an extensional overhaul, same with the Marriott Building, in my opinion, about their floor plan or whatever. So, like, where the columns are, I'm thinking of doing the American flag and some on the top of the building. Maybe the restaurant could have them on their columns, but yeah. And maybe the South Tower can finally have its own restaurant to itself, because I think it's deserved. Now, in 2003, the World Trade Center is going through a massive overhaul, still trying to find 8 World Trade Centers design. Many designs have gone through 8 World Trade Center at this point and are submitted to the World Trade Center complex building designers. Not actually, just a cool concept. Yeah, in 2004, nothing would change. And why is this here? New York would be in an interesting time in 2004. About this time, the open floor plan is completely done. The towers would look brand new, basically. Sometime in late 2004, the Marriott would also be finished. Of course, the final design was published in 2005. New York officially has YouTube now, so of course there's going to be videos to the Twin Towers. Everyone likes them. At this point, the 8 World Trade Center actually would start get built. It would be called the Freedom Tower for short, which in this timeline would overtake the Twin Towers. It was planned to overtake the Twin Towers in its height. The Freedom Tower would be the new hot spot, to say the least. 2006 would be an interesting time. They would have just barely starting to finish the Freedom Tower at this point. The Freedom Tower gets overtaken in popularity at this point because of a new World Trade Center finally. It's a little more modern than the Twin Towers, so it makes logical sense that it's going to be replaced soon. In 2007, I feel like the One World Trade Center will be completed by now. Yeah, it takes 8 years of the freaking thing. But I like to think it would be finished by this year, but there was a deadline, so it will be pushed to 2008. But then to 2009, and then to 2010 for reasons. At this point, there will be like 2 people that hate the Twin Towers at this point. Everybody loves them. Everybody likes them. This is 2007, obviously. One World Trade Center. And by late 2007, it would be pushed back to 2008. The Twin Towers, they started to become a lot more full than it was back in 2001, 2002. Heck, even in the 70s, there were less people. That goes to show how much people are in the freaking towers in 2008, because everybody loves them, everybody wants to work there, everybody logically wants to work there because everybody likes them at this point. 2008, really not that much of a difference, but there would still be a lot of people. I don't mean like a bunch of people, but still, the New York skyline is starting to take. The Twin Towers will never, there'll never be a building that will overtake the Twin Towers. They are the OG. One World Trade Center, it would be around halfway completed at this point. The 9/11 Memorial Museum could be very well outside the Twin Towers, not that far at all. Probably by 100 to 200 meters. It depends on how far it is away. But they would start construction and would finish on the 10-year anniversary of the attacks. There was plans of a World Trade Center 9, but that keeps getting delayed back. I know I wouldn't say just this, but 2 World Trade Center I want to do so badly, guys. So, yeah. Oh my, that looks like one of the Twin Towers. Anyway, 2009, nothing changes. Everything is okay. World Trade Center 9 keeps getting through these bunch of different things in these years because it keeps changing. There's more than 4. There's like a bajillion in this timeline, so yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with it. At this point in 2009, a lot of tourists will be visiting the Twin Towers in the 2000s. The World Trade Center would be at this point 40 years old, so yeah. The Twin Towers, there's a few minor changes because planes in 2008 and 2007 almost scraped the South Tower, but the remains hit the South Tower. It didn't cause any damage, but the next plane scraped it a little bit, and it was a minor change. Everybody was still there. It was spread shortly with the USA flag, the red one, and then added a white and blue one. And we get to 2010, where finally One World Trade Center is fully completed. As One World Trade Center opens, obviously it's 8 World Trade Center, a new complex, finally, after over at least more maybe 20 or 10 years after. Everybody zooms into the new tower, and there's an observatory deck. But it's nothing compared to how many people are in the towers by now. And the video is probably getting a little bit long, but I'm going to end this here. There's going to be a part 2 to this video coming sometime later this month. I know the spin-off game is getting delayed. It's getting delayed. Geometry Dash spin-off game is getting delayed. 8 World Trade Center would be a massive hit, but that will be the end of this video. I unfortunately don't have any platforms to share on, but once I do, I will inform you. See you later.